going on, everybody? It's about time I brought back the Stop and Pop. It's about time, I start podcasting again. And it's been a while. It's been a long season. It's been a long off season. Personally, for me, I've been really busy. Just working on some other stuff. I've been doing a lot of sports photography lately. And I've been kind of just running around the city, doing my thing and trying to maintain. But, it's the off season. Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets winning the championship. They wasn't my favorite to win it. I thought Miami was going to win it when they got to that point. And I thought, actually, I didn't think Denver was going to make it that far, to be honest with you. Yeah, congratulations to them. I'm happy for them. Wasn't my first pick to win it all. Thought they was gonna kind of fold throughout the playoffs like they usually do, but they was healthy this year. They finally put a nice core together. But yeah, so it's the off season, and I kind of want to go through a quick recap of the off season and what I think is the 5 biggest, if not most important moves of the offseason so far. So let's get it. So our first thing I want to touch on is the whole domino effect that the Wizards are going through. So basically, we're all aware that Bradley Beal has been traded to the Phoenix Suns, and Kristaps Porzingis is with the Celtics now. And I feel like those were really important moves for the Wizards' rebuild. But also, I feel like the Suns are going all in to win now because they decided to trade Chris Paul for Bradley Beal and then essentially getting, essentially the Wizards sending Chris Paul to the Warriors for Jordan Poole. A lot of swaps, a lot of movement. I feel like Bradley Beal to the Suns, I'm not sure how that will work out because you do have 3 players who essentially do the same 3 things that score the basketball. And yes, it could work out with the right system, with the right players around them. But I feel like if Bradley Beal is to be the starting point guard on this team, I'm not sure how that will work out because we know Bradley Beal is not a point guard. We know he's a scorer. I always said that Bradley Beal is better when the ball is not in his hands most of the time, when he's kind of like the secondary ball handler, when he's playing with another point guard alongside him like John Wall, Russell Westbrook. I feel like Bradley Beal's had his best numbers with those type of players along his side. And we've seen it in the stats, we've seen it in the wins. We've seen Bradley Beal average about over 30 when he's playing with Westbrook. Bradley Beal's numbers, his percentages were higher with John Wall alongside with him. And him as the point guard, he's never really shown the ability to be the primary ball handler on the team, in my opinion. But maybe the Suns have something up their sleeve where they're going to pick up another guard to be that guy, to be that point guard, to help lead this team. I feel like Rondo is a good player they can look at to get. So a lot of point guards they can go after. I feel like, they could have went and got Tyus Jones, even though the Wizards got him now. But Tyus Jones would be a good player to have with these players, be able to set the team up, run the offense. Tyus Jones is a good assist-to-turnover ratio player. But if they're going to go with Bradley Beal, I'm not sure how it's going to work. I would prefer Devin Booker to be the starting point guard over Bradley Beal. Moving on to the Warriors. Them getting Chris Paul to me, that was a great move. Even though I really like Jordan Poole, I really like his game, and I'm happy that he's here in Washington. But Chris Paul to the Warriors makes a lot of sense. Whether starting or coming off the bench, I think he should come off the bench. I feel like he should be that player who runs the offense off the bench for the young players, help them get to their spots, help them develop into the players that they want to be, because these players are going to want, the ball in certain places, and Chris Paul's going to get it to them. I feel like he could be that kind of that Andre Iguodala role that I felt like was missing last season, because Iguodala didn't play a lot. He's retired now, and I feel like the Warriors were missing that one type of player who could kind of facilitate the offense and play defense, can shoot, run the team, be vocal, be a leader. I feel like what really could set them apart is having Chris Paul in the game in the closing lineup, with a kind of a depth lineup of him, Steph, Clay, Iguodala, Draymond Green, kind of like how they used to do with KD or Iguodala, or with Harrison Barnes, kind of like that small ball depth lineup that they like to go to. So I feel like that can really work. Plus, Chris Paul is more than a willing player to kind of play off the ball and facilitate, let Steph do his thing. He can run off screens more, him and Clay. So I feel like the Warriors really did a good job getting a player in Chris Paul. And they also got Dario Saric, who's another really good player. Can shoot, he can create off the bounce, he can rebound, he can do a lot of things for this Warriors team. Another key move I want to talk about is the Porzingis to the Celtics. And to me, that was very surprising. I did not see that coming. I was kind of wondering what the Wizards were going to do with Porzingis, because I sensed that they was going in a rebuild type of position, and what was going to be the fate of Kristaps Porzingis. And him going to the Celtics was great for Brad Stevens and that team, because they have that inside-out threat who can also rim protect. They have that with Horford, but he's not like Kristaps Porzingis when it comes to offense at this point in his career. So if you decide to start, Porzingis alongside Horford, or you decide to start Robert Williams with Porzingis, it can work either way. Them losing Marcus Smart, I feel like it's going to be a really big blow. Also losing Grant Williams, because that's like their two defensive anchors, their vocal leaders in the locker room. Kind of like their heart and soul of the team. So I feel like that's really going to hurt them. But all in all, the Celtics have made a great move to get Porzingis on that team. Memphis getting Marcus Smart was a great move. Also getting Derrick Rose, even though they lost Dylan Brooks, but you get in Marcus Smart, who to me is a better version of Dylan Brooks. And also a leader, an adult in the locker room. Same with Derrick Rose. They can help, get this team together. All the stuff that Memphis is going through right now. They need that veteran leadership that people will respect. And they still have Steven Adams, so that's one of the vets that they will respect. But I also feel like Derrick Rose and Marcus Smart being there, you have to listen to all three of these guys. Going back to the Grant Williams thing, him going to the Mavericks was a great move, and also Kyrie Irving re-signing with the Mavericks, which was, a lot of people didn't expect that. Me personally, I didn't want to see him go back to the Lakers. I'm kind of over the whole LeBron and Kyrie re-teaming narrative. I was over that. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want it to happen. I was tired of hearing about it. I liked the idea of him staying with Luka. Them getting Grant Williams was a great pickup. More likely Grant will start for them at the 4 position or the 3. I just feel like the Mavs need some more size on their roster, because after they lost Porzingis, they've been lacking some rim protection and some size inside. So I feel like a lot of times last year, they had Reggie Bullock playing the four, and you got Dwight Powell down there. I mean, he's a good player, but you need some other size down there because Maxi Kleber was out most of the year. Um, Other than that, they didn't play JaVale McGee much. Christian Wood, they was very inconsistent with his minutes, but also Christian Wood is not a great defender. I feel like he should have been starting on that roster, getting some pressure off of Luka, as having to facilitate the whole offense when Christian Wood can actually go out and get his own shot. So all in all, I feel like the Mavs still have some areas to improve in, some pieces that they need to figure out, but they did a good job getting Kyrie Irving and Grant Williams. If they can stay healthy, that's the real key, because Kyrie, Luka, they miss time, good amount of times. Tim Hardaway Jr., if he can stay healthy, they can really make some noise in the Western Conference, but they just gotta stay healthy. So all in all, it's been a great offseason so far. Looking forward to seeing those teams play. I'm also looking forward to the Wizards, seeing how they're going to perform with their whole rebuild, bringing Jordan Poole in, bringing Kuzma back, some of the young players coming in. Definitely looking forward to seeing the Knicks, of course. Miami, I'm trying to figure out what Miami's doing. They let two of their starters go. They let Gabe Vincent go to the Lakers. They let Max Strus go to the Cavs. They brought back Josh Richardson, which is a good player, a good piece, who can kind of fill that void that Max Strus is leaving behind, that hole. They still got Kyle Lowry, so Kyle Lowry's on his last legs to me. I feel like he should be a bench player right now. He should be in a reserve role, a six-man role alongside Tyler Hero. But maybe with Tyler Hero coming back, maybe they'll start him at the one. Not sure. It's hard to say for Miami because I feel like they had a really nice roster. Players that complement each other really well, and then for them to let two of their key starters go, and they also traded Victor Oladipo to the Thunder, even though he's been injured and hurt. He was starting to come into a nice bench role on Miami, so I'm not sure what Miami's going to do. I'm not sure how they're going to put this thing together to make another finals run, but I guess in Jimmy Butler we trust. So all in all, I want to thank you guys for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this, like it, subscribe, do what you do, and hope you guys enjoy listening, and I'll talk to you guys soon.